guys, I'm Sanya Natarajan here. In this video, we will be saying love for divinity. Love for God develops in a man as soon as his attraction for the world is completely gone. Whatever thing is yours, you will like it always. So, taking God as your own, love for God also develops. How surprising that the ever existing changeless entity, God, is not loved, but the ever changing world appears so dear. So long as there is attachment to the world, there is no real love for God. The words pleasure, giving, propensity is a special obstacle to God's love. If one renounces this propensity, then the love for God would automatically arise. So long as man has an attraction for perishable, until then, even with his spiritual practice, one is not attracted by the love of non-perishable God, nor realize the divine energy within us or surrounding us. There is no worship that equals the love of God. So long as an husband wants to carry out his own wishes, till then he would neither love the God with attributes nor the God without attributes. God's love is not acquired by sacrifices, penance, charity, fasting, pilgrimage, etc., but through regarding Him firmly as their own. You do not get love from practicing penance, but only achieve power. Love arises from treating God as one's own. In the love of God, there is an exclusive rapture that is not in the knowledge. Knowledge gives unbroken happiness, but love, endless bliss. Differences exist among a lot of sections, but not in love. Love devours all the differences completely. The pull towards God is called devotion. Devotion is never complete, but it keeps on increasing, more and more and more. For the love of God, one must have greater closeness with Him. For His vision, a fervent carving is essential. Knowing the world would make one a renouncee. By knowing God, greater love for Him would result. One whose realization is sure, love Him. Do deserve the world that is sure to be separated. That is love, where there is no impurity of personal comfort and selfishness. Love is ahead of salvation even. Up to salvation, one can release it. But in love, one becomes the giver of bliss. In the path of knowledge, sorrow and bondage are gone, and one gets established in oneself. But one achieves nothing. The path of devotion, one acquires love, which increases every moment. Without knowledge, love passes off as delusion, and without love, knowledge is lost in nothingness. One within whom exist the previous influences of devotion and the shelter of divine grace. He is not satisfied by liberation alone. God's blessing dilute the taste of salvation and replace it by granting him an unlimited love. No insistent on one's creed and not resorting to the disregard, rebuttal or disrespect of another section. After salvation automatically helps achieve divine love. When the desire for enjoyment ends, there is a fulfillment of knowledge. But there is no end to the thirst for love, which is never quenched and increases every moment. In the world, there are both attractions and repulsions, just like likes and dislikes. But in God, there is only attraction and no repulsion at all. If there is any repulsion, then in reality, there has been no attraction. From a worldly point of view, without greed for wealth, there is no special importance for the same. So without love, knowledge has no special significance, and it might lead to nothingness. But in love, one becomes the giver of bliss. Thanking you for listening till the end. Let all the good things happen in your life in multiples of infinity.